Whether you're new to pool and practicing the basics, or a more experienced player performing drills to improve your shot making and positional play, the Drill Partner is perfect for you.
You know, these intro videos and commercials are a lot better than that dumb countdown you had a long time ago.
Oh,
God,
shut up. You know
I
what?
hate that thing, man.
That intro video that you made, you did a great job, and it was missing one key element, a little
The
bit of
music,
music.
the music was pretty good. I
Yeah,
don't know how
but
to
the
do that
music,
though. You're
it
lucky I got
changed
that
everything,
far.
bro.
Yeah, I'm over here dancing every time I see that thing on there. Y'all can't see it.
No,
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
not much, man. I'm, still out here in Houston for work, but you tried to tell me that we had some great guests today, and I needed to
We
wake my
do.
butt up. So I went up. Got up. I went downstairs to the hotel. I got a coffee, and I'm
That's how you
really
know you're
excited.
staying at too nice of a place when they got a Starbucks in the joint.
That's where I'm at the
Yeah.
Marriott Marquis, baby.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. No, we got a great show lined up for you guys. I'm real excited. We actually have two guests on. So we got PS coming on here in just a minute. And then we got Christina Slateva coming on talking some WPBA stuff about 30 minutes after the hour. So we're really excited about that. And I got Joey Ryan in. I was gonna do this all by myself, just gonna kind of like sink or swim kind of deal with these two Europeans, and I had to call in the reinforcements, man. Plus, last
You know,
night's show was pretty fun, but I
it
gotta
was
admit,
fun. It was fun, but it's great. I remember when we first started doing this, Mike. People were like, we're practically begging people to come on, and to
oh
get
god,
two
yeah,
to get two top European players in one show. I mean, would have been like a pipe dream, And so you're doing a great job of lining these up. I'm really excited to talk to Pius and Christina. So why don't we bring them in?
let's bring him on in via Lithuania.
Hey,
Yes, how are you, buddy?
hello. Good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me here.
Yeah,
We
thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
in. What time is it out in Lithuania right now?
Oh shit,
It's 4 p.m. now.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's afternoon
It's
for you,
different.
so you should be
Yeah.
refreshed.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I'm
didn't
fresh. I'm
interrupt.
fresh.
We didn't interrupt your practice schedule, did we?
No, 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 no. I just came back from holidays. Actually, I'm just getting back to practice after the Spanish Open. I just went straight to holidays in Malta for a week, and now I'm just came back and starting to get to the rhythm. So it's
Well,
all it's all yeah.
the Spanish Open. I mean, what a performance! You
Yeah.
look back at certain events, and as a pool player, there's so many times where you just miss. You just come up slightly short. And looking at the results there, losing Hill, in the semifinal of that event, you're a shot or two away from being in the final and having a really good chance to take down the whole event. So on your vacation, tell us about how you reflected back on the event and kind of what you were thinking and your general feeling about it.
Actually, I'm still reflecting a little bit. I'm just looking back to it and just looking what happened. Like the commentating of of the guys who commentated my match. I'm looking to everything they said and trying to to look how can I more improve my game. But if I'm looking to the result, yeah, it's amazing. Actually, I'm not really sure how I did that because, like I wrote it on my post before the event, I wasn't feeling like confident or good. I just came to the event without expectations. Just we talked about it. European Championship. I played for 10 days and I didn't do good, and I was like, just try to play your game, and yeah, somehow it happened, and I went deep. Just I don't know. Sometimes it just clicks, in one tournament, and you just keep on doing well. So that was this tournament. I mean, there was a few things like I tried to just don't stress too much the shots I miss or something. Just staying still on every shot. Just try to keep fighting. Just these small things just brought me, there. So yeah, I'm pretty surprised, but also super happy about it.
it all starts with that break, PS, and different format than what you experience out there at the European Championships. But you seem to have it really dialed in. That was one thing that I noticed right off the bat when I first saw you on the TV table. Were you surprised by having that success on the break and being able to kind of keep your opponents in the chair, or was it just kind of something that you found mid tournament out there in Spain?
Yeah, I was changing the breaks, like just a little bit of cue ball position, But once I found the spot, I just tried to keep on doing the same thing. Even the pre-shot routine, I just wanted to do exactly the same thing, and it looked like it was working for the rest of my matches. I think from the last 64 or something, because I think until last 64, last 32, I struggled a little bit. Just I tried to put a little bit more spin, a little harder, a little softer. Just I think from the last 16 when it started in the free tables event, those free tables are a little bit different. I think like about it, it's just they're a little bit easier because of the lamps. It's like the tables are a little bit slicker and hotter. So the brake also is involved in this. And then I started to feel it really good, and I just kept doing the same thing, and it looked like it was working. So I mean, and I just tried now when I started practicing again. It seems like it's working. So, but you don't know what's gonna happen in the next tournament. Maybe it's gonna all. I'm gonna be struggling again and need to find something new. It's just about how you accept the changes and how you adapt to it. So I think I did good there. We'll see what happens in the next tournaments.
I think you hit on something interesting in talking about your preparation for the event and how you felt coming into it. And I think a lot of amateur pool players can relate, right? There's a ton of people out there that play at the amateur level. And I think that we think oftentimes that professional players, you come into an event and if you play well, you're going to play well because you're in good form or you're consistent, you've been hitting a lot of balls. But I know myself as an amateur player, a lot of times I get in an event and maybe I haven't been playing well and then I play well for a period of time, or maybe I'm playing well and I don't play well in that event, and there's just an inconsistency there. And it's kind of interesting to hear you say that as a professional player you experience some of the same things. What do you attribute that to, in terms of like, hey, I haven't really prepared well, or maybe I didn't play well in the last event and I come into this event but I can still do it? Take us through your thought process.
Well, I played from 12 years old, so I played for 13 years, and I know when to make that break. After European Championship, I felt like I was overburdened, and I just needed, to stop for a bit. But I didn't have time. It was a 1 week until Spanish Open, and I was considering what to do, and I said I'll just take a rest. I practiced one day before the Spanish Open, but I have everything I practiced before. I wasn't gonna lose in 1 week, so I just needed to take a rest and then maybe just to feel joy again on the game. But actually, when I came to Spanish Open, it wasn't working at all. I was not feeling good at the
Nope.
table. I was like, it's not good. I mean,
That
I
was
don't know what to
stupid. Why'd I
change.
do that?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it didn't go as planned. I mean, maybe I should have practiced more, but it just thoughts in your head. And actually,
Right.
I was feeling better at the table, after a few matches. So after the second match I lost, I wasn't feeling good, but I said just I will take my chances, just fight as hard as I can, and we'll see what happens. And I just said enjoy. I think the big thing there is to enjoy and then just keep fighting as hard as you can. And there is also all the technical things, but like we as a professionals, usually we know how to do this. It's all in your head. So
I love that. That's a great motto, just
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't want to encourage people listening here that they shouldn't practice before tournament and stuff.
You heard it here first, right?
Yeah,
no, but I mean,
it's too late.
the way I think a lot of times, you notice a lot of players and they miss a shot and they react very poorly. But I know that my time playing pool, I do better when I keep a positive attitude and kind of let those things kind of roll off and just understand that, hey, you're going to play a tournament, you're going to miss shots. It's just going to happen. And take a look at what you guys are doing, playing on 4-inch pockets, in matchroom events under the lights. You're going to miss balls, and
Yeah,
they're
for
going to
sure.
cost you games with a S, plural, right? So
Yeah.
you have to have the right attitude about your mistakes, and I think that's pretty profound. I like that.
Yeah, it seems like if you have a good attitude, like it seems like the things getting better your way, you get all the rolls. And I mean, as I did before, like sometimes you just lose it, you start, showing your attitude and showing nerves and stuff, like I did in the semifinal a few times. But it seems like when reacting good and you respect your opponent, it seems like the rolls are going your way and everything is going your way. Even if the game is not good, even if you don't seem to feel the stroke and stuff, it's still gonna go your way, I think. So I mean,
Hmm.
it was a heartbreaking way to lose to Mark, especially because I felt like you were in control in that match. But there were times in that event where I felt like you held your poise real well, like the complete opposite of what you're saying. You know, where you just seemed like very comfortable in that. You know, like you had been there many times. I was real surprised, P.S. You know, what do you attribute that to?
I actually don't know for sure, but I know I can do it. I've beat those good players before. It's just I just was on a good rhythm, you know. I was just on a good run, and I was feeling good. And even when I was down on Albin like 9-6 and a few other matches, or yeah, I think 9-6. I mean, I just knew I had to get one or two chances. What I got, and everybody can run out. Everybody can miss, so you don't have a pressure. I mean, you can miss. You know he can
Really,
miss. So
you don't got a pressure
it's
when you're down 9-6. He was running out too at 9-8, right?
yeah,
Alvin
yeah,
was.
he missed the easy six ball.
I couldn't
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
it.
he
I
was
couldn't
running out.
believe it.
But I mean, of course, I had a pressure on 9-9, but that pressure was, I don't know, it's different. Sometimes you know you're gonna run out on the pressure. Sometimes you're just afraid.
No, no,
So
no.
that,
Sometimes you know you're going to run out. Sometimes we don't
Mike
know.
doesn't know. Mike's never ran out in his life.
what do you mean in
No,
seven
but
foot two?
yeah, no, maybe on the valley. Maybe on the valley, I might be able to.
Okay,
No, but
okay.
that's
Now we're
something
talking.
you know, beating Albin like that, and you know, you beat guys who are closers and finishers, which is the difference. You know, those guys
Yeah.
just know when to kind of put their foot on your throat and put you away. That's what Albin does. You know, and I watched that whole sequence from 9-6, the end of that match. It was a great comeback, by the way. Obviously, I mean, he let you in, but even had that ball went in, the whatever it was, the 7 ball wasn't a hanger. You know, I think Fran missed the ball just like that to against Oliver at the round of 64. It was real similar. I mean, maybe not as extreme as a cut, but in that same neighborhood. And then to kind of dominate Federer the way you did, you know, when I thought, to be honest with you, you know, I thought you were a few game underdog to him, you know,
Oh
and
yeah, for sure, for sure.
you just seem to just you seem like you belong there, like in that class of player, and you showed it with that with those results, man, leading into that semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, I felt good this time, and I think I can keep up that what I'm doing. But of course, it's big for me beating those players. I'm not saying it was like a casual for me or something.
Yeah,
It's still big for me beating Federer and beating Albin and beating Wojciech in the same tournament and going so deep. So I'm super happy, and it's big. But I just don't want to get too excited and just keep going and keep trying
How,
to do the same thing.
how does that get you like mentally? I mean, you don't want to. I understand not wanting to get too far ahead of yourself and trying to just stay, you know, where you're at. But how does that kind of give you as far as optimism and maybe motivation leading into the next major?
Yeah, for sure, it's big. It's big. I
Yeah,
mean, of course, the expectations are high too, but I'm not here for 2 years or something. I know the next tournament can go 2 and out or something, but
yeah.
I just need to concentrate on the break and that's it. But yeah, the motivation is big. I mean, especially when you have from September to December, there's like 8 or 9 tournaments, big ones. So it's good and it's big, and I mean, I don't know.
I want to jump in.
Yeah.
I want to jump into your mindset going into the Federer match because he struggled on the matchroom stage in the past, but this looked like it could be the tournament where he
I
broke
thought
through.
so.
He was
Yeah.
just blowing people out. I mean, it wasn't even close. And then you come up and you beat him. So you had to have a certain strategy going into that or a certain thought process. I mean, I know
Yeah,
you look
run
across
out.
the table
That's the
and you
strategy.
see,
Run
yeah,
out.
you see, don't miss.
Yeah,
You see
yeah. Don't
Federer
miss.
Gorst.
Don't miss is a good one.
I mean, it's got to be intimidating. Yet, you get in there when he's just dominating people and you end up taking that match pretty convincingly. So, what were you thinking going into that match? And take us through the match.
Yeah, I mean, I just came with the same expectations as as in every match. I knew I was underdog, like a big underdog, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I just had to know. I just have to keep breaking well, and then we'll see. And then he started missing a few shots. I saw he was struggling a little bit. So I just need to take those chances. Of course, I missed a few too, but I saw the break was working. I think when the break is working, like your mindset changes big time.
Mm.
Like then you have a shot on the one. It doesn't matter if it's a push out or something. You just keep having control and the shots at the table. So the break is big. If you have the break, confidence and everything and the
I knew.
opportunities, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I've been
getting
saying
big.
that, man. It's like it's different with you guys when you know you have that in your back pocket, you know, because and especially if you see someone else not having that, it just kind of
Yeah.
boosts your confidence that much more. And I mean, you were hitting them pure. I mean, that was one of the best breaks, and I didn't know until, even you saw a little bit, I guess, at the end of the album match, but I didn't know until that better match just how dialed in you were with that break. I mean, and it was consistent, man.
Yeah, it just keeps. I think it keeps better with every match because you started feeling it and then stuff. It's just it's just a run. With the break is the same, just hitting the same spot, and the tables they're not all the same. The TV tables are different, but I mean they're all diamonds and they're not so different. TV tables from the outside tables. So yeah, it just I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it not. But it seems like this time I got it and it kept me confident out there. And the Federer, I think he lost it too to break a little bit, so that helped for
Do
me,
you
not for him.
do you feel like your result in the Spanish Open is, kind of a signature result for you that's going to propel you to bigger and better things, or do you feel like maybe there's other tournaments that were bigger for you over the
Well, yeah,
course of
for
your
sure, for sure. Like past years, I think all the top pro players, they want to go deep in the matchroom tournament because it makes you feel good. There's all the people around watching and all the televisions and people talking about it. It's not that people is going to talk about it; it makes you feel confident. And yeah, the past years when Matchroom started doing more and more events, it just became a role model tournaments. You just want to do good in those, and of course, 100%, 100%.
how are you like, are you struggling to plan out your year in terms of all the events that now exist on the Matchroom calendar? You mentioned the European Championships. I know there was a conflict, I think, with what was it, the UK Open, maybe. um, how are you going about planning things out? Has it become a lot more difficult?
Yeah, I just tried to do it yesterday actually, and I was like in September. There's like 6 or 7 events I want to go in, but I mean I cannot do that. It's gonna be in US only 3 or 4 events, the Rex and Jason and US Open, and then it's a bunch of those. Yeah, it's kind of it's not easy because you have to have some breaks too. You cannot get overburned. So
Yeah.
you have to have at least a 1 week break, and I don't know in a month, in 1 month and a half or something. You have to plan it, I think, wisely. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. I mean, I shouldn't be complaining. If you see 3 or 4 years ago, we just have 2 or 3 matchroom events, and we're happy about it. Now we have to choose, to go
Yeah.
to Vietnam or no, to go to Philippines or no. Then you have to choose. So it's really good. It's tough, but it's good. It's a really good thing.
You were just coming off a European Championship where you said you were kind of struggling a little bit. First of all, what was that event like? Because I hear it's quite the marathon.
Yeah, it is. It's like I think with the Euro Tour, it's like 10 days. So you start with the Euro Tour, then it's straight up straight pool, 10 ball, 8 ball, and 9 ball. So you pretty much play straight away all those events. So yeah, it was tough. I did okay in the Euro Tour. I think I finished in the last 32. But then I just couldn't play good. I think I lost in a straight pool last 32 and 3 events in a row last 32. And you just have a few bad matches and it just keeps in your head and you don't have a time to recover. It's just one day and you have to play the next day and the next day. And yeah, it's the same atmosphere, same everything, and my expectations were higher too, so I don't think it helped too. And yeah, I just couldn't
But
perform
that's a
there.
good thing. You got to have high expectations, though, no?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course, of
Yeah,
course. But sometimes it just gets too much in your head, especially when you have 5 tournaments. You think, I will go deep in some of those, and it's just, it just keeps getting bad. And then it's 2 tournaments
yeah,
bad, three
yeah,
tournaments. It
yeah.
gets in your head. Of course, uh, it wasn't like I did really bad, but yeah, I could have done better, I think. But it's all right. It's just a run, and
It's kind of a go, ahead, Joe.
Well, I was just gonna. I was gonna switch gears. So if you have a follow up, Mike.
No, no, no. I'll say it's kind of just a tale of two tapes because you go off, from that event where maybe you had maybe a bit of a letdown to, probably one of the best runs, of your career, at least the best run on a matchroom stage of your career. And pool's just kind of that kind of sport, right? When you get
yeah,
whenever you get hot and you got hot,
yeah,
then great things can go and come. And you were a few balls away from making it into that final. You had some pretty heartbreaking rolls, man. That scratch in the side late in
oh
that
yeah,
match. I mean, what were you thinking, then, and as the wheels kind of came off a little bit, did it just kind of implode, or was it just, it didn't go your way?
Yeah, I was just feeling it too much. I think I'm not used
Yeah,
to that stage. So on those
yeah,
few mistakes, it
that's
was
fair.
just yeah, it was just typical pressure and just not having the same rhythm, not having the same pre-shot routine and stuff. I just rushed it a little bit too much, I think, and I think that's normal. When I look
It
back
is.
now, it's all right. I'll just learn from that. There was a few things I'm gonna change. That's really good because I went deep, and I for sure know a few things I want to change, and I think it's all went just advantages for me. So we'll see.
I think that's interesting because if you look at sports in general, the true champions, they make changes even when they're doing well,
Yeah,
right? Like Tiger Woods completely rebuilt his golf swing when he was on top of the world. You know, is there a
Yeah.
part of you like that's nervous that maybe if you make some changes, some things could go wrong? When do you decide it's time to make changes, and how much could be too much for a pool player?
I think it's just about how you feel about those changes at the table. It's never about the results. It's all about how you feel you can perform with the changes, and how those changes can you know can differ your game and your maybe long run in the tournament too. So I don't think it's never about the result. It doesn't matter. You can win the tournament and you're not feeling good, at the table too. Sometimes it happens. So here too, I went deep, but I still think I need to change so many things. And I mean, and it's good that now if I can watch the matches back, a few matches back, I know what to change. I can just recheck the matches, and we'll see. I don't
Is
know.
like matches I've played that's been streamed, like going back and watching when I lost, I make myself do it, but it's like torture to me. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
watching, like
yeah. I
you
mean,
miss a shot, you can make, and you're like, oh, is it
yeah,
torture?
yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It is a torture. It is a torture. I have a match with Efren on a derby. I think it was posted recently, and I just watched it back on a one pocket match, and I was leading 2-1, and he left me a straight in six ball to my hole, and I didn't see a shot. I
Oh,
mean, when
like
you
a
lead
mental
the
error.
yeah,
Oh,
the mental error, and the commentators were like, "What this guy is doing? What's wrong with him?" I was like, "Oh no!" And I didn't know I did that. I was like watching this. I was heartbroken. I was like, I could have run out. It was like seven balls or something. And just didn't
yeah.
see a shot. So yeah, sometimes it happens, but you just have to look at it as as a material to grow. So it's just a
That's a
thing
that's a
you're
great
helping
attitude to have.
yourself.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, listen, you have to be able to take the, even though there's opportunity, you still have to be able to take away the positives as well.
yeah, yeah, for
And quite and
sure.
quite frankly, listen, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I'm kind of glad you didn't run out on Ephraim, because that was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life, was seeing his run at Derby in the one pocket. So
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
for me
You
too.
took one for the whole pool team there.
yeah, yeah, the whole pool world owes you,
Yeah.
for
No,
that.
no, I think he didn't have a loss, so it's okay. It's okay. I could have beat him.
um, no, so where do you go from here, Piers? What's your next few months looking like, man?
So nothing big actually. European Open. I can't go to the Euro Tour because I have a wedding, and I'm not going to Scottish Open too.
You're
Uh,
getting married?
no, no, it's not
I'm
my
just
it's
kidding.
not my wedding.
Relax.
It's my friends. Why are you surprised though?
Everybody knows that's a
Yeah,
downfall of every pool player is getting
yeah,
married.
Oh, so you would just turn off the podcast now if you ask the
yeah.
answer.
We're just in the end.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
and yeah, it's the European Open, and then maybe after that, I don't know yet. Maybe I'll go coaching with Alex Lely for some days. I'm not sure yet. And then the September is going to be rough. I mean, it's going to be a lot of things.
yeah,
It's starting with the US. I don't know yet. The first tournament is going to be Rex, and then Jason tournament and US Open, and then World A Ball Vietnam. I think I'll go to Vietnam,
oh,
and
nice.
yeah, just go from there.
One thing that kind of intrigues me, Pius, and we'll give you this before we let you go. Growing up in the United States, playing pool in the United States, I have a good feel for pool here, but I always like asking when we have European players on, tell us about the pool scene in Lithuania. How did you kind of come up playing pool? And, is there another P.S. Labutis like ready to break onto the stage from Lithuania?
It's small, the pool community. I mean, it was bigger like 5 6 years ago. Bigger, I mean, like 50 players bigger. Now it's probably 50 players playing, but I mean, playing it's just locally for fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started just for fun. Just wanted to grow up. No, none of my family members are playing, so it was just a surprise. Like, I just want to be better in this. And my parents was like, "Why? Why?" But yeah,
That's so
and
funny.
I just started, practicing a little bit and then playing and playing. And yeah, started going to the tournaments. No magic story here. But
Yeah.
talking about it, more players, there's one good young player who might be, who might be good. I'm saying might be because you never know. He's 16, 17 years old, and you never
Yeah.
know what's going to happen in the next few years. But he's doing pretty well. I think you're going to see him in 2 3 years.
What's his
Maybe you
name?
have in a podcast Jokubas Silantievas, but he's a young player. You won't know him.
Yeah. Oh,
But
we'll look out
it's
for him for
fun.
sure.
All right, good.
Hey,
So yeah, but
real
it's
quick,
it's small.
go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, it's small, the pool scene. I just want to say, like, there's not much players I can play with, so I just have to travel constantly and just play the tournaments, just to keep up the rhythm.
Before I let you go, I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff with juniors, and I know you got a good relationship with D Atkins. Talk to me about D and the kind of person he is and what he is to the game.
Yeah, D's a great guy. I think one of the greatest guy I know about pool. I mean, he does a lot for juniors. He actually helped me so much when I first time got in the US. I just get into his house and played. I mean, his pool room, his house, how we call it, and I just played with him, with his kid Riley, and I spent a lot of time there. He helped me find the sponsors, to co- connect with me with few guys, and he's great, man. I mean, what he does for pool, he has so much love for it, and I don't think anybody's doing so much. I mean, I couldn't even tell how much he's doing, but now he's doing a junior world all around. And anytime he sees a good junior player, he will help him and teach him, coach him, and it's amazing. So yeah, I'm really glad he helped me. I'm really grateful, but I'm also grateful he's helping everybody. So yeah.
I love that, man. Joe, you got
Yeah.
anything else, buddy?
No, I mean, I just want to congratulate you on your performance at the Spanish Open and your career so far. I'm looking forward to seeing big things, and you probably speak the best English of any of the European players we've had on. So I don't know
Top
how
three for
how that
sure.
happened, but it's amazing.
I'm alone from my country, so when I travel, I have to speak English, or
Ah,
use
Sink or
Google
swim.
Translator. So, yeah, I
Hey,
just
buddy,
fine. Yeah,
we wish you all the luck in the world, PS. Good luck at the European,
thank
and
you,
we can't wait to see you back here in the States as well, buddy.
thank you, guys. See you soon.
See
okay,
you soon, buddy.
awesome.
Bye.
It's pretty good, Joe.
I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Some great insights for players out there. The way he
Yeah.
approaches it, and just a certain humility about him.
Good
Where
attitude.
yeah, he's not too big for his britches. He kind of understands, that he overachieved in a few matches, and but he's right there, and he's got all the tools to be successful. And I think that we're going to see big things from him.
I agree, man. His confidence is only going to go up. You taking all the positives from it, and I mean, obviously, it was a bit of a heartbreak the way that it ended, but we talk about trends all the time. It don't get when you have signature wins like that. Those are things that can, boost you and kind of propel you into that next, level of success. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he follows that up. And I think that listen, if you got that break, that's going to take you real far. And he looked really comfortable at times in that event. So I'll be having my eyes on him for sure, buddy.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, great interview.
Well, we got another one on deck, Joe. We got another interview coming up. You
Knocking him
guys, we
out
got
today.
yeah. You want to do the introduction, buddy?
Yeah, sure. If you guys haven't caught it, the last Pool Player podcast interview was like a player profile that I did with Kristina Zlateva. She's a great female player from Bulgaria. We had a great conversation, a lot of good advice for players and stuff. And just last night, Molina does this to me. He'll tell me at like midnight, "Hey, by the way, in
I ain't
seven
heard from you in
hours,
like 2 months, man. What the hell am I supposed to do?
in
I'm
7 hours, I'm having a show with Pius Labudas and Christina Zlateva, and you're welcome to come, by the way. So thanks,
yeah.
Molina. I appreciate it. But let's bring her in.
That
Let's bring
that
it.
was the extent of my offer, Joe. You're more than welcome to show up. And here's the deal: I was working my ass off trying to coordinate with this young lady, because she's all over the place. She was coming from Portugal to Chicago to now maybe she's in Michigan, maybe she's not. Where are you right now, Christina?
Oh,
Oh,
audio.
we can't hear you. Check your
Can you
audio
hear
real
me?
quick. We didn't have time to test out the logistics before we got on there. Just make sure you're not on mute, or maybe try to refresh if you can. Um, let's see.
Molina, you told me you took care of this. You're
Well,
dogging it.
allegedly, we're gonna get it figured out. Maybe try to refresh, Christina. Try to refresh your screen, come out, and then come back in, and we'll bring her on. Uh, but no, wait, listen, I was coordinating with her yesterday afternoon because I'm trying to figure out, like, working with these European players that are in different time zones. It's a lot of, like, just trying to make it work, and especially when you have two guests. Especially, give me 1 second, Joe. Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm typing her a
Uh,
message. Go ahead.
Okay. But uh, yeah, no, it was great. I said, well, how about we're just going back and forth on different times? And I said, well, I got PS in the morning, and then I snapped and I said, well, you know what? Let me try to, bring her in at half after the hour. And I've been wanting to do more shows like that, where, like, we're transitioning from one topic to the next. She said, maybe it's okay now. Let's try it again.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear us, Christina? No, we still
No.
can't. It's all right. It's all right.
We'll
Um,
figure it out.
yeah. She's gonna refresh and then she's gonna come back in. So usually
Fair.
we have like a few minutes ahead of time to kind of uh, test out all these bugs. Let's try it again. Can you hear us? No, we still can't hear you. Maybe try in your audio settings, Christina. Go into the settings and then audio, and just make sure the output is set to. Well, actually, what am I doing? Tell her she's like an IT wizard, ain't she, Joe?
Yeah,
She's
she
she
knows.
knows about
She's a hell of a
technology.
lot smarter than you, Mike.
I'm
Okay,
barely lucky
not
to
even
turn on
close.
my phone here.
That's like when we were trying to get Pia's hooked up, and he was his picture wasn't working, and I said,
Uh,
"Does your computer have a webcam?" And he's like, "I'm not that." Basically, like I'm not that technologically inept.
So
let's see. There we
Hey,
are.
we got
can
her.
you?
We got you.
Okay. Yeah, there are just so many options with the headset. I try to yeah choose all of that. Okay, now it's good.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
good. Where are you at, Christina? Where are you at these days?
Yeah, so I'm in Michigan, Mount Pleasant. We're having a WPBA tournament tomorrow here, and it's yeah, it's pretty good. I just arrived here yesterday.
You have to be exhausted.
Well, I'm okay right now. I
Yeah.
like Mike said, I was in Portugal before that, so just arrived Monday in Chicago. I spent the night there, and I'm here today. Now I'm all right, but I just woke up, so it's probably gonna kick in later.
Yeah, I know, like, traveling. I recently went to Europe for the first time. I'd never been to Europe. And it took me a good 3 days to even feel like a human being again. So, and you, out of like the female players that are out there, you've probably traveled as much as anybody this year, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Well, especially the going back and forth to the States. You know, that's what's maybe the most tiring thing. And you're playing tournaments all the time. Obviously, you have to get there and then be in shape. But yeah, it's all right. I'm doing good now.
Talk to me about Portugal because I saw you had a victory out there. What was the event and what was the format?
Yeah, we played a women's team league in Portugal. They have like two championships. These were the final stages. Um, and they have teams of 4 people, right? 4 women in each team, although only two of us played at the time. We played 9 ball and 8 ball. So one of the tournaments, if it's tied, then you go to shootout. Like let's say I lose and my uh, partner wins, so then we go to shootout. And the other tournament is just a round robin between the 6 teams, and whoever gets the most points wins. So I was on a team with Sarah Rocha from Portugal. She's also traveling to some world event, so you probably
A
seen
great
her.
player. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we won both events, and it was nice. We won that last year too. It was a bit tougher last year because we had also Amalia Matas from Spain and Vania Franco. She's another Portuguese player. They were on another very strong team. So yeah, now we won it 2 years in a row. It was pretty good.
That's pretty awesome.
So now you're back in the States. You're getting ready for the WPBA event. You've been knocking on the door at a lot of these events, coming close. Do you feel like you're ready? Do you feel like this is the one?
Well, we'll see. I'm feeling very good. I'm actually enjoying the game in the last few tournaments a lot. So that's what I'm looking for, to enjoy my game and not think too much and just let my instinct do the job, kind of thing. So sometimes, especially when you get to the further stages, sometimes you kind of start to try too much or maybe think too much and be super serious about it. And I think it's just not maybe not the perfect approach, especially when you go to the later stages, because it leads to more mistakes where you just get tired more easily. You just put more pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
It seems like it's an easier thing to say. Like it's easier
Yeah,
said than done. You know, like
absolutely.
it's a great thing to say, but it's harder in those moments to kind of keep that mentality. Especially, well, I mean, I never been where you've been, but when it gets tighter or when you go deeper in an event, how are you try to stay like conscious about staying like that mentally, but at the same time maybe not letting it get too much in your head, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can always, there are always, these thoughts always come at some point in the match, especially if it's a very important match. So I think with the more you practice it, the more tournaments and let's say more uh, important matches you play, the more you kind of get the chance to practice your staying in the moment, the methods you use to stay in the moment. Like let's say the breathing we talked about, I think last in the podcast last time. So yeah, pretty much I just try to focus on specific things or on the table when I play the shot. I focus on something which kind of changes my takes my focus away from my thoughts if they're about if I'm going to win or if I'm going to make the shot. So I'm just trying to focus on specific things related to the game and not get into my head too much when these thoughts come.
No, go ahead, Joe.
Sometimes we both inhale at the same time and we're
Yeah,
like, wait.
yeah. We know we're gonna get one in.
No, but one of our followers, Matt Poland, in here, he talks about how he enjoys following your journey on social media. You do a great job on social media. Like you're one of those players that, if you're a sponsor looking for a player, I'd want you because you do a great job of recapping your events and, sharing with people your journey. Uh, why is that a priority for you? Like, how important is that for you? Uh, each time you play an event, kind of giving people an update and connecting with your fans.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really surprised of the amount of people who actually follow my events, even if it's just a team lake in Portugal, which is probably not important for many people, right? It's just a local event. But yeah, I really appreciate their support, and I think it's really great to see how people support us in social media. I mean, nowadays it's super important, and most of the people they don't even follow any tournament websites or whatever. They just follow everything on social media and find out about tournaments from there. They see how you did in a tournament there. Maybe they see all your good shots from a match there. It's just, yeah, I think it's super important. I also study social media in the university. So that's another reason I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, we need some lessons over here. More
Mike
importantly,
does
I
for
need
sure.
some attendance lessons from my guy over here to my left, from
Uh,
from Joey. He needs to be on the show a little more. No, so explain to me how You mentioned social media and all that great stuff, but how are you staying so mentally sharp? Because you seem to be in great shape. You're traveling all across the world. I'd imagine food choices aren't that healthy when you're on the road because Joey and I know too well what that's like.
Oh,
So how do you
well,
stay on track?
well, about the food choices, you can always get some healthy uh, options. Actually,
How's that
like
fun?
just last night we went to a Walmart here, and so I bought some stuff I normally eat, like vegetables, some proteins, to just have with me in my room, so I don't have to go and take some kind of a fast food snack. Or I just try to always be prepared. I bring some food with me from home, like some bars, raw bars, which I know they're very good for me. And I mean, I've tested it out like many years, so I know that it's okay to eat them, and I know I feel good when I eat them. So I just definitely try to be prepared with the food because it's almost the most important thing for me. Not just for pool, it's in general, like in order for me to feel good. Um, Another thing, yeah, you say I'm staying mentally sharp. It's probably not like that in every match. I try to do it right, and maybe I seem like I'm doing it, but
Come across real
uh,
well, if nothing else. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I definitely try to do it. The other thing which I'm actually struggling with when I travel so much is exercise, because at home I exercise pretty much every day. I mean, even if it's a light exercise, I always try to do it.
Here we go,
So
Joe.
that's something.
I just joined a
But,
gym. Okay, leave me alone.
Joey's
oh,
over.
congrats!
I stay with Joey, and Joey's pounding down ice creams at 10 o'clock at night,
Come
or
on,
cakes, and
Mike.
on a regular. Christina, let
Why are
me
you gonna
tell you,
expose me like that?
I
Oh my god!
consistently.
Christina's got like the
Yeah,
best diet in pool, and you're gonna sit there and expose me. That's messed up.
Yeah, it's true. It's
that's
true, bro.
that's because you don't have the you know, full size camera, so you just looking at your face. He's not worried about that.
I love that.
You
I
can't
love
tell
That's
that.
him.
why I'm only showing my head, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
messed
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Uh,
No,
yeah, but that's yeah, the exercise definitely important. And even if well, this time maybe it was a little bit too much, but I came the day I came from Portugal to Chicago. That same night, I went to the gym a little bit. Although the moment I stepped in the gym, I felt so sleepy. But anyways, I did my workout, and the next day I also did my workout. So normally, I try to rest a little bit more when I'm that jet lagged after a 20-hour trip. But I actually felt I need to do it, and honestly, I feel good about it. So
It
it's
I'm
keeps
just
you it
sometimes you
keeps
just
me
have to
so
go.
refreshed, man. Like when I come back
Yeah,
from a trip or when I'm on trips, I try not to get try to never have a day where I let it go, because then I feel like it can just compound and add
yeah,
up. Because then,
absolutely.
then the next day I'm like, well, I didn't go yesterday. Might as well not go today. And I don't care how I'm like
Mm.
you. I don't care if I get in at 2 in the morning. I'm getting up at 6 and I'm going to the gym. Because it helps me and my day feels better. I feel brighter. When I'm walking, doing normal stuff, I just feel like so far like just a clear head, if that makes sense.
Christina. Do you know how you know if somebody goes to the gym? They tell
Here
you
we
they go
go.
to the gym.
Here we go.
Melina tells me like 6 times a day he goes to the gym. But
Maybe he's just trying to motivate you, right?
Yeah,
He's trying
exactly.
to get you to go
You
more.
see, I like Christina
Yeah.
more and more.
you guys are ganging up on me.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to talk about your pool game, Christina, because um, watching you play, you have excellent mechanics. It's really fun to watch you play. And I know that you've been working hard. You work hard off the table. You work hard on your mental game. How do you feel like your game is right now? Do you feel like you're kind of in a good spot, or have you been working and tweaking some things? We just had Pius Labutis on. He was talking about he just finished second in the Spanish Open, and he's got like several things he's going to tweak with his game. What are the kinds of things you've been working on, or do you feel like you're just trying to do what you do a little better?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, after every tournament, obviously I watch my matches as much as I can, and I don't even need to watch my matches because I know the mistakes I made, and I normally know why I made them. So I just try to work on that part more. And yeah, I feel my game's definitely progressing. I mean, I feel much more comfortable, and some people who, like, for example, they watched me a year ago and they watch me now. That's their feedback too, that I look much more comfortable, and they looks like my game's progressing. So that's the most important thing right now. And yeah, I've like for example lately I've been playing more straight pool because there's an invitational tournament, which like what Jason showed it. So we'll try to break Jeanette Lee's record.
Oh,
Yeah, it's 16 players invitational. So I'm
Oh, one of those
preparing
Bobby
for that.
Chamberlain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So what
So
what what is the
yeah.
what is the record? Because I've seen them promote a Jeanette Lee record, but what is her straight pull record?
Yeah, 151 is her record as far as I recall. It's not like it's not 700, right?
still great.
I think
That's great.
it's achievable for women. Yeah.
What
I think
what's
Mike's
your high
straight
run?
pull high run is like 8.
You're such an asshole, Joe. I'll take the under. I'll take the under.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What's your high run so far in practice, Christina?
It's 72.
Damn, that's pretty sporty, man.
Yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
I definitely I think honestly, I think it's the I mean the most important thing there is the focus. So I think it's the more I get to do my workout routines better and be more consistent with that, that's definitely gonna help the game. Because many times I just do, I mean, you can tell it's just a lack of focus mistake. I mean, I run maybe I know 3 racks and then it's kind of like that. For straight pull, you have to be super, you have to be focused for a long time, and that's
Yeah.
maybe the biggest struggle for me in general because it kind of, especially in practice when you're not, I mean, yeah, that's the biggest struggle for me because I feel like now my patterns are getting better and better. So I mean, I don't get stuck in the rack or anything too much. It's just that like focus that I have to work on too for that in order to get a long run.
When you're practicing, are you just turning everything off? No phones, no like just trying to limit distractions as much as you can?
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing. And obviously sometimes I'm just also working when I do it, so I kind of have to
That's a crazy
check
thing.
my stats sometimes. But I mean, yeah, in general, I definitely try to eliminate my phone. Or the thing is that we're in a pool hall sometimes. Also, people come and talk to you.
You know,
So that's also another distractor, right?
when we did the other interview on Pool Player Podcast, you were telling me how, like, when you went to Vegas, you actually worked that week. So you'd be in your room working, and then you'd come down and play a match. Are you doing that this week? Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I do it. I mean, I only do it when I see it's not really gonna affect my game. I mean, or if currently my workload is not that big,
Yeah.
my work. If I have some, I mean, obviously if it's a very important tournament and I know I play many matches during the day, then I'm definitely taking holidays. It's not, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I say I could do it. I prefer to do it and save my holidays for some other tournaments or trips where I have to be really there 100% the whole day. It's kind of like that right now.
Well, it's kind of like a trade-off too, right? Because if
Yeah,
work's piling up and you have a job and work's piling up, you're not going to play great pool if that's on your mind, right? So
yeah,
maybe it's better to
exactly.
knock out a couple hours of work and then, go play a match. I don't know. But Mike and I were talking last night about the WPBA. And first of all, I was saying, when you get there, tell them to put the camera at the base of the table, please, for the streaming table, because it's driving me crazy the way they come from an angle on the side. I want to watch your matches. I want to get a good
Joey
view
just
of
likes to
it.
complain.
It
Um,
just drives me up a
they
wall.
have no, that's not true though. Have you seen the last stream? The
I
last
thought that.
streaming match? Because they have a main camera like on the center, and then they have two side cameras
Well, I must
just
have
to check
saw it.
some
I must have
angles.
turned it on at the time of the side
Maybe,
camera, and I
yeah.
was like, "Dang it, it's another side camera!" and turn it off.
No, it's not like that. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
They're actually doing, yeah, they're working a lot on that. They're
Technology.
doing really good job on the stream.
Yeah. So
You check it out this week. Yeah,
I'll check it
it's
out for
pretty
sure,
good.
and I'm going to follow your
Mm,
matches like I always do. But
thank
Mike and I
you.
were talking about just the lack of parity, it seems, where the same handful of players are winning all the WPBA events. Very short list of players, and you got yourself, Christina Tkach, Margaret, other people knocking on the door. But I think it would be good for the sport if it wasn't always the same players that were winning. As much as I love Kelly Fisher, we've had her on the show. Kelly's great. We love interacting with her, and it's amazing to see what she's done throughout her career. If she wins this event this week, it's going to be like, oh, Kelly won again.
Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you feel the same way? Are you like ready for a turnover? Are you ready to lead that charge?
I mean, if these people win the events, that means that we're just not ready to win them yet. And it means that in the end, they have obviously they have more experience, and in many cases, you just go win some matches just with experience, right? Maybe you're not even the better player in the match, especially nine ball. You can just experience plays a big role. So, oh yeah, I can't wait for us to knock them out and to see a new winner. Maybe
Well,
this
but
week. That'll be good. Yeah.
I mean, who knows? In 5 years from now, you could be talking about it the other way, where it's girls like you who are winning
On the top.
consistently. And it could start today. It could start this week.
Yeah,
You
that would
know,
be great.
yeah. But it's true though. There is always that like
Yeah,
generational
absolutely.
change whenever it comes to players and successes and going on runs. And
Especially
you
when you get a yeah. So especially when you get like the first one or two big wins, then you kind of it looks like that's the case with many players. Francisco, for example, you kind of keep
yeah,
winning from there just because you I don't know, maybe there's some pressure of or you just feel much more confident from that.
it just clicks.
Hey, Christina, I know I asked you this on the other podcast, but we have some people in the comments that they want to know kind of what the pool scene's like in Bulgaria, what's fun to do there. What do you enjoy about home?
Uh, about the pool scene, I mean, we've been improving a lot lately. I think we have many young players, and we have also some good players. I mean, internationally very good players, maybe five to 10 very good players. But I mean, not highest world level players, obviously, but they have the potential to get there, and they're competing internationally. So it's really nice. We have a lot of people that support us, like my pool hall, the academy. They've done a lot for me, and yeah, thanks to them, I'm also traveling to all these events.
How
Um,
have they supported you, Christina?
Also, they financially they support me
Yeah,
for especially for the women's tournaments, which kind of obviously takes some pressure off you, and I mean it lets me
right.
travel to all these events, which is great. Um, we also have a coach there, Ludmil Georgiev. I mentioned him before, and
Say
he's
that again. What's
also
his name?
Ludmil Georgiev.
I couldn't say that name if you
Common
paid me.
spelling, Mike.
Yeah. I know. I guess that's a tongue twister right there.
Yeah, not the easiest one, but yeah, he's a good coach. So he's apart from the youth academy, he's also a coach with me and another very good Bulgarian players, one of the best Bulgarian players. So he's definitely helped our game a lot too, and he's also part of the academy forum.
Check this out. I
So
know
yeah.
I'm moving this around a little bit, but yes, the crypto says, is Christina playing the Black Widow, which she just said she is. He says, if so, join me in pledging $1 per ball.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty sweet,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
man. Hey, I know I've been seeing you around traveling, playing matchroom events as well, Christina. What's been that motivation behind playing more of these open events for you? I think you were in
Oh,
Romania
well,
too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I played in Romania too. Then I went to Spain, played there. Um, I love playing the guys, and I think it's helps my game much more, obviously, because in general, obviously, the level of the guys is much higher, especially in tournaments like that. So I really love playing that difficult matches because you have these kind of tournaments, you may have one or two easier matches, but the rest of them will be much harder. Whereas in women's tournaments, it's not always like that. Yeah, it's kind of normally, I mean, depending on the tournament, but in general, obviously the level is lower. So I like it because it just helps my game so much, and it makes me have to uh, just focus and do my best, absolutely my best every match. And I also get to play with very good players. Like in Romania, I have played John Mora, and in Spain, I played Robbie Capito, Mika Immonen too.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
it just,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm sure you did.
What 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 players
Uh,
out there do you kind of look up to and kind of maybe model your game after, or at least kind of admire from afar?
Yeah, I love the game of many Taiwanese players, also Filipino players. I like it was actually great to see Wu Chia-ching play
Yeah.
again. So I definitely like his game. I like Cole Brothers' game too. That's like I mean I switch from player to player because sometimes when I find something in a player which I like and maybe I want to do more of, then I just follow this player more for a period of time. So maybe if you ask me in a few months, I'm gonna tell you some different players, right? But yeah, right now these are really the players I really love watching. Because I feel their stroke is so smooth and their technique is so good and consistent. And by watching them, I feel like that also helping my technique. Even if I mean, even unconsciously, when I watch more of them, and I feel like I'm starting shooting more kind of like them.
Hmm.
are you taking playing these events as more of, I'm gonna be just that much better when I go back and play these WPBA events or play these women events?
No, I want to beat the guys.
Nice, nice, yeah, yeah.
Definitely, because I know the
Your
thing is,
butts.
Yeah.
obviously, and it shows like I know I can. It's just some few things missing here and there
I love that
many
response, by
times.
the way. Yeah.
Like in the matchroom format, also the break is I still haven't gotten all of the break, so that's one thing I had to practice a lot. Even though I mean, I was making balls, but it's not the balls I was supposed to make. So you know it's another thing which is I think many times it's a big difference between men and women in general. Men's break, I mean, they can break harder, so for them it's easier to control the ball better with less effort, because we have to kind of work harder on that. But
Talk
no,
to me.
I definitely wanna beat the guys. Yeah, I don't just go there for holidays and just try to improve my game.
That's the best response ever, for sure. Uh, Talk to me about the WPBA event you're at right now. It's in Michigan. When does it start? Give me some details on it.
Yeah, that's the biggest event of the year. We have $40,000 added.
This is
It's great.
this event going up?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh wow, okay.
absolutely.
Didn't know that.
So it's great. It's my first time here, and it's a huge Soaring Eagle, huge resort casino here. We've got it's actually great today. The event's starting tomorrow. I think I'm not sure, probably 64 or 88, no, 48 or 64 players. I'm not totally sure about that. Um, and yeah, today we've actually have scheduled um, kids clinic with
Oh,
like all
Nice.
sweet.
the pro women's. We're gonna help in the kids clinic. That we have a pro am event, which my team won in Iowa. That's
Nice.
the funniest thing, It teams of four, they make like teams of one pro and three players, amateurs, right? So we just play matches against some teams, and whoever wins the most tracks in some amount of time wins the tournament. So it's nice. It's very fun. It's very fun.
If
So we
you were
have
to
all
pick
these things. Yeah.
if you were to pick one woman player to partner up with you to play against, let's say like a Scotch doubles format tournament, who would be your girl?
Yeah, a good question
Break some
because
hearts over here. Break some friends' hearts.
you know I've played Eilu Kibaroglu from Turkey. So I've played some Scotch doubles with her, and we're both lefties. So I think we team up very well. We played some money matches like that.
Yeah.
We won some money matches playing Scotch doubles with her. So I think we will make a good team. Right
Oh,
now, there are also many other good players I would probably team up with. But I've played with her, and I know we actually do pretty well. We have similar rhythm, and I like her game.
chemistry.
So that would be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed it, Mike. I'm not going to tell everybody. They're going to have to tune in. But I asked Christina if she was going to play for money. Would she like to play another female player, top player? And she called out a player, and I'd love to see that match. So tune into the video and check that out. See who she called out. That'd be kind of uh, great match to check out, I think. But
I think it
did
would
you?
be a great match to make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear anything
Um,
about that? Did she reach out to you? All right,
no,
fine. We'll
we
tell everybody.
spoke.
She called out Pia Filler.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
we
that'd be
actually
pretty good.
spoke. Yeah, we spoke, but I kind of I forgot to mention that.
How convenient.
You have to.
I'm gonna clip it out and send it to her. And we're gonna
Yeah.
we're big instigators here. We're trying to drum up
Yeah.
action. So
The thing is, right now they're trying to travel less to the States because of visa. They're
Mhm.
waiting for their athlete visa,
yeah.
so that's why they're just trying to be in the States as little as possible.
Did,
And
did
I,
you were you able to stay in Spain and stay for the World Cup of Pool? Did you check that out? And one of our commenters here, yes to crypto, um, he's asking about like when do you think there'll be a woman in the World Cup of Pool, and how do you think that would go
There was a woman this year.
oh, there was a woman.
this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hello,
The
Joe.
Oh,
South Korea team.
oh,
It's
that's
also
right. Yeah, but
yeah.
they
There was
they got knocked
a
out in the first
woman.
round, didn't they?
They
Yeah.
played the USA. Yeah, Team
Yeah.
USA. So it's a tough draw. And there has been women before. Actually, the I think first year after COVID,
It was. Yep.
they did the team from Belarus
Belarus.
is
Yep.
Margaret and
Bombarded.
Oh,
Yana,
Hmm.
and also Alison and Kelly played in a team for the UK.
I
So
need a new
there's been
co-host,
women.
Christina. You want to come on? I need someone
I'm
who
just
knows.
reading the
I need someone
comments.
who knows
I
about
blame
pool to come
I
on
blame
here and
yes
do
to
a
crypto.
podcast with me. So how about you join me on the show?
Well, hold
Uh,
on. Hold on.
Absolutely.
Christina, you told me that there's a very good male player, professional player in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
Okay, well, I'll tell you, this year the chances were very close because we were on standby,
really?
and in case yeah, we didn't know South Korea team was gonna make it in time, so we were actually gonna replace them if they didn't make it.
Oh
So,
wow.
so I think the chances are pretty good for that next year.
Good. Well, good luck.
We'll see. Yeah,
Well, it also helps you going and playing their events, though.
Yeah.
Because then
yeah,
you would be a ranked player. You know.
absolutely. Yeah, and my teammate Georgie, right? He's also playing. He's trying to play as much matchroom events as possible, so he's tying up the ranking. So now he's close to the top 100. And I think the more he plays, he's actually going to Vietnam too for the event, the Asia Open. So I think, especially if he plays more and gets good results, we have a better chance for the World Cup of Pool next year.
That's awesome, man. I would
Yeah, that
love
would be
to see,
great.
see you play that. Especially given all your experience that you're earning now and going through,
Mm.
this year of playing those events and playing quality players too along the way.
Yeah, and I love Scotch doubles, honestly. I think like the Jack and Jill they do here in the States, that's great. And I'm playing a very good player, and we signed up for the Texas Open. Let's see
Oh, are
if
you
I
going to be
will
there?
make it.
Who's your
Yeah.
Who's your partner?
That's,
Yeah,
oh, should I tell you?
Yes.
Roberto.
Yeah. See, you know.
No,
Yeah.
I just guessed. I just guessed.
Yeah. Yeah. You could
You
guess.
can play a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me think.
It's
Who's
not
gonna be
bad.
out
That's
there?
what I thought.
So it'd
Wait,
probably
is that the
be.
one in August? Do they have it in August every year, right?
That's yeah, end of August, beginning of September.
That's like mine and yours anniversary, Joey. You know,
What?
that's our yeah. Whenever we first met, buddy. You
Oh,
know,
that's right, at the
Texas
Texas
Open.
Open.
Texas
Yeah.
Open.
I
Yeah,
thought
man.
you
Oh,
I was so
sweet.
scared of you. I'm like, this guy doesn't talk. He's all tatted up, like he just
I
got out
met
of
him.
prison.
I met him through Nick. I met him through Nick, and me and Nick were gonna go eat dinner. And he says, "Hey, is it all right if I invite Joey?" And I said, "The redhead?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh man." I said, "All right."
Yeah,
So
and then Mike, I said to him, I was talking to you, and you're like, "Yeah, I've watched a couple of your interviews. They're okay.
I
I
never
hate
said it
watching
like
stuff
that.
on YouTube."
Don't say it like. No, I did not, man. Don't put me out there like
That's how you did it. That's how you did it.
that.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's
sweet.
pretty
Are you gonna
awesome
go
though.
this year to
I
Texas
will.
Open?
Yeah, yeah. So I work. Well, I mean, I work with James. So James is doing a really big. I don't know if I should say it or not, but a really big. It's the 50th anniversary of the Texas Open, so it's like the biggest in history to this date. So he's
Oh,
working
really?
on a really big queue, and I mean like a really big queue for the Texas Open. So, um, yeah,
Mike,
I got to go back
you're
and
going to
forth.
be traveling for like 3 weeks then, because you're going to the Brendan Crockett, you're going to the Don Weir, and then right after that, you're going to the Texas Open. I can't do all that traveling.
Is that right around the same time? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's August 26th to September 4th.
Yeah, so then I'll go to the Brendan first, and then Washington, and then I guess the Texas Open. Yeah, I got to get
Yeah.
back to James's then go finish up some jump cues. So, um, but yeah, no, Texas Open is great. I love it. It's a few hour drive from the house. Joey's been there many times. It's a real nice pool room, and you'll have a real good shot playing with Roberto. You'll have a real good shot in the doubles, and you'll
Mhm.
probably be one of the favorites in the women's event as well. So,
Roberto always plays great in that event. Remember when he snapped off the one pocket the year
yep.
that you outbid your partner in the Calcutta? That was fun.
Well, we still won them in the Calcutta. That's all that matters. So
Hey,
yeah.
Christina, I'm predicting for you to win this event. Okay, and we got a good track record here predicting.
Joey's a jinx, Christina. Don't have him pick you. Let me tell you, I had him pick 6 players at the Spanish Open. He picked all the big names: Filler,
Yeah,
Francisco.
yeah.
He picked everybody. Gone, gone,
Hey, tell
gone.
me
All
one
6 of them.
person that picked no disrespect intended, but tell me one person that picked Mark and Dang in the finals. Tell me one person.
I picked Dang in the finals in the
Come
round of
on.
64. In 64, I picked Dang in
Yeah,
the
what
finals.
are the 256 players in it?
No, I picked him in the round of 64, single elimination.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
Doggone
I'm
pretty
good,
good.
picking
man.
Christina
Pretty good.
this week to win at Soaring Eagles. And Christina, we got to come up with a symbol after you win on the live stream. You got to like shoot me a little symbol, a little gun
Oh,
symbol.
Okay.
I got the symbol for Joey. That's the symbol for Joey. Just
Oh, that's the rule.
yeah.
Okay, deal.
Okay, what is it
Yeah.
going to be? What are we going to do?
What
Like
yeah, what is it?
Well, I'm not
fist
gonna tell
pump?
you now.
Oh, okay. I'll
Yeah.
be on the lookout.
You got to do like
You have
like you're stealing third, you know? So do the baseball sign. Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, Christina.
All
Thanks
right.
so much for coming on. It's always a
Thank
pleasure
you for having
talking
me.
with you. You're one of the sweetest people in pool, and we love having you on.
Hey,
Thank you.
if
Yeah, thank you for having me.
when you win, you come back on.
Okay,
Yeah? Deal?
Deal.
sure.
All right, man. Good luck,
I'll be in
Christina.
Turkey, though.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
Okay, okay. Good.
Sweet, man. Thanks, Christina.
Nice talking to
Bye,
you guys.
Christina. Take care. Good
Bye.
luck.
Well, that was pretty good, Joey.
Yes, that was fun.
Every now and then we get a couple of guests on that are pretty awesome, and very rare we get 2 on in one show, which is even better. So
Yeah, and the technology kind of worked for the most part. So once we got our sound working, we were.
I
good
feel
to go.
like an idiot, man. I'm over here telling her check settings like I know what I'm talking about, and meanwhile she's like some IT wizard.
Yeah, she totally is. She's way smarter than you. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. You know,
And what's
without
with you
question.
and her? What is with you and her talking about like my eating habits and my fitness? Come on, man.
I'm trying, like she said, I'm trying to motivate you, Joe. You know, we got to get you. We got to
Hey, did
get
you go to
you.
the
You know,
gym yet?
no, I'm leaving right now. I'm in
I
my.
knew it.
You can't see. You can't see, but I'm proper from the waist up, and I'm wearing my gym shorts on the waist down. So I'm ready. I'm ready to roll, man.
I'm wearing my skinny. They're not jeans, but they're like skinny khakis. You want to see them?
What's today? I mean, Don't make it awkward, but all right.
Oh, you kissed.
No, you can't. Easy there, Tiger. It's a family show. All right, easy there. No, we got the
Well, I'm
gym
just
on deck.
showing you. I'm not all big and fat like you guys were saying. You know.
I'm not saying that either, but I want you to get. You always look good though. You do.
Hey, I joined a gym, and I'm eating better.
You're at the
I'm
hotel.
doing
I love hotels like the one you're at because they got great gyms there.
this hotel's nuts. They have
Yeah.
a lazy river. They have a whole pool complex on the 6th floor, like over the. They got like a little mini rooftop there, and then a
Really?
big tower. Yeah, it's the Marriott Marquis in Houston. It's pretty nuts. But yeah. So
Well,
anyway, Mike, this has been good. Listen, if you guys listen, or if you want to listen, maybe you caught a piece of this and you want to listen to the whole thing. I'm going to be putting this up on Spotify, all the regular
we need all
podcast
the back
platforms.
episodes on Spotify because I've been getting a lot of
So hard,
messages
man. That's so
about
hard.
about people asking. I haven't seen an updated.
Why don't you
video.
learn how to do that?
You got like 2 jobs to do around here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Touche.
So, yeah.
Touche.
No, but we love having you back. It's great having all these awesome guests as well. We couldn't do it without their support either.
Yeah.
We love the players that are just willing to come on and give us their insight. And it's not easy, man. Like even if you're winning or you're not winning or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it can be difficult. So
Yeah. Guys, go over to Pool Player Podcast on YouTube and check out the full interview with Christina Zlateva. It's a 1-hour interview where we dive into all kinds of
Joey
stuff.
only mentioned it like 8 times in the last 30 minutes.
I mean, it's for her, man. It's for the game. Let's go.
Yeah.
And also, if you guys want to support us, check out patreon.com/Doggin It. We'd love to have your support there. Helps us get to events and do different things. So appreciate it, guys.
You want to run back that 100 you got on your
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
You taking Christina and who else?
How many do I get?
You all should only need one. Christina's the winner. Yeah. Now, who do you want? How many you want, Joe?
Give me Christina, Kelly.
Okay.
Is Way in this?
Oh, hold on. I might be able to.
Way.
Hold on a second. I got a new.
Can you bring up the brackets?
Yeah, let me see here. Hold on.
Let's get serious.
Let me see here. Hold on. If I can switch this over to Windows Open. Give me a minute, Joe.
Oh, God. He's working on technology.
Hey, listen, I'm getting a little better. I upped my game here. While Joey was gone, I upped my game, and I'm doing pretty good, man. I think anyway. So let me see. I'm gonna bring up this players list, and then I'm gonna come over here. We're gonna do share screen.
Don't forget the graphics. You're gonna have to remove the graphics, I think.
Oh yeah. Hold on one second. All right, so let me come over here. I'm gonna turn this off, and then we're going.
All right, I get 4 players.
So that's
6 players.
All right, so that way you guys can see what all Joe was looking at here and what are the options. So, all right.
Okay. So I got Christina.
Let's look at some of these names, Joe.
I got Way.
I know for sure you're picking Mary Avina, Lori John, Brittany Bryant.
I can't see that side of it, Mike.
What do you mean? You can't read? Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Kukulele, Emily Duddy, Savannah, Fefalova, Allison Kelly, Yuki, Lonnie Fox, Bean Hung, Priscilla Kingsley. Hey, look, she's a dark horse. April, Woojin Lee. Let's see here.
So good to see April back in these events.
She's playing good too, man. So I talked to her last week as well while you were MIA. Sophia Mass,
the heck, bro.
Kaylee McIntosh, Kennedy Mayman. I can't see my cameras right there.
All right, my 4 players.
You're taking 4?
6.
I'm not giving you 6. I'm not giving you 6. You're not getting 6.
All right, give me Kelly. I'm writing this down. Give me Kelly.
Okay, you got Kelly.
And I'll take, let's see. Give me the 2 Christinas.
Okay, Christina, so it's Tkach and Zlateva. Okay.
Yes. And then let's go with Way.
Golly.
That's
drawing dead.
You're drawing dead. I don't know. Somebody mentioned that Jasmine won this event last year.
I don't like this bet. I don't like this bet. So you got You got Kelly, Christina, and Wei.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty stout.
I got two of the favorites, I would say, and then two of the from that next tier of up and comers. The top of that.
Well, Takachi's been knocking on the door on finals.
That's
You
what I
know,
mean.
a couple of times I think in the last 6+ months. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But if you would have taken Takac and Zlateva to win these events, they haven't won one yet, correct? I don't believe so.
no, that's correct. That's for
Yeah.
sure correct.
So I mean, if you're going for the actual winner, I think if you have a surprise winner, who's like they broke through, I think it's going to be one of those two. Was Margaret in there? Margaret wasn't in there, was she?
No, she's in there. I got her. You ain't
Oh,
got to worry
she
about it.
is.
You ain't got to worry about it. I got her. You wanted 6. You wanted 6.
Wait, I wanted 6. I get Margaret.
No.
Oh, okay,
Hey,
fine,
but you know what? I'm rooting for Christina. I am. I'm
Oh
rooting
yeah,
for her.
me
So
too.
I think, and not just because she's easy to be a fan of, but because her game is there. Her game is there. She's playing
Yeah.
well, and she's been ready to just kick that door down. And I love her attitude, her approach to it, the way she processes things. Like it's yeah.
Both of our
I'm
guests
with you.
today, while they might not have come out and said it, they kind of hinted around it. I think neither are results oriented. They're the type of players that, are going to go out there, they're going to work hard, try to enjoy the game and do well. And, they have a good perspective when they come up short, and things to work on. They watch themselves in their losses. It's a tough thing to do. And then they make improvements. And so it was a great show. I really enjoyed it, Mike. Thanks for putting it together. Thanks for inviting me, even though it was only like 7-hour notice. Appreciate it.
Well, welcome to the show, buddy. So we got a lot more stuff coming up. I got more juniors. Hopefully, we're going to be doing soon. I'm going to try to get updates as this WPBA event starts. So, like, what I'm going to try to do is coordinate with Sophia and Kennedy, and just try to get updates because they're going to be out there as well playing in that event. So, if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, we also got some other fun projects that we're working on. I'm trying to do something with Carl coming up, hopefully early next week. Maybe you can join in on
Boise?
that as well. Yeah. I
Is this
posted to
about the
Doggin.
takeover?
No, he ain't coming on with you
I
now.
told him he's
After
a
saying that one.
super villain.
$1 million. No, but we got a lot of fun stuff coming up, so I'm super excited about it. And yeah, just more interviews. Oh, by the way, I got to make that flyer today, so just so that you guys know, you remember that Darth Maul looking guy on
Oh my
at the Spanish
gosh.
Open
Yeah. Gareth?
tomorrow morning.
No.
Tomorrow morning, he's
He's
coming
coming on
on.
the show?
He's coming on the show tomorrow morning. So
What's
I
his
got to make
deal?
a.
He runs like a tour, doesn't he? Or something?
Wow, I have no idea. He's a
Way
really
to do
nice.
your homework.
He's a really nice guy. But the dark side of pool, I think, is what his page is called. So I'm gonna get that flyer up and out today. I'm intrigued by that interview because I want to know what this dude's all about. I don't know if he. I mean, it may go really well or he may get blocked after. I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out. But we're gonna find out nevertheless. So, but no, I reached out to his page and then he got back to me. He's been following up with me, so we're gonna get that going. I think tomorrow, or maybe what's tomorrow? Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
tomorrow.
Yeah. No? Yeah. I don't know,
Whatever.
but I may or may not be able to make that. I'm at a trade show, and today it started up at noon, so I had some time. But tomorrow might be earlier, and I'm getting out of town tomorrow, so I'm checking out of my hotel. But I'll let you know.
Well, I got to run. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Joey, thanks for coming on the show every once in a while, buddy. All right.
Hey, good seeing you, bud.
Tell us about the Sue Beards Expo.
Oh, shut up.